You want me to do a drug test while I'm here?
No.
Okay. Oh, my bad. This is what you created, the core.
P.O. Moody, P.O. Pace, Unit Supervisor Grant to Room 101. Moody, Pace, Grant 101. Moody, bring some scissors. Thank you. That way, every officer's here, supervisor's here. That way you can't say he said, she said.
No, I appreciate it.
You see that?
Yeah.
You'll have 3 parole officers here,
man,
and you'll have a
horrible.
unit supervisor here. Alvarez. Yep, I got him right here. All right. That way we know what Pace told you. That way.
Oh, I wanted to know.
And you know, if you get in trouble again and you don't communicate with your PO, you're going to be placed back on it.
I understand
right?
that.
Okay.
Okay. So I wanted to see if I could get written permissions to travel to McLean County. Just so it's on the record for like parole and treatment and to go to the because like this.
He's going to give you reported instructions.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
It's a given to come to treatment. Period.
Okay.
That's a given.
All right. Cause I don't want any trouble.
You're well, that's what.
And then I had that SPL job where I have to drop packages off. To
okay, and that's what I meant by communicating with Mr. Pace.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
All right. Cool.
Because I know we already discussed that you'll be working at Mejia, Taco Bell, from certain hours, the late shift.
All right.
You'll be required by policy to turn in your check stub, or
I get direct deposit. Do they do receipts?
or just the direct deposit.
Yes, sir. I can do that. I'll do that.
And text it to.
Okay.
Nothing changed. You still can't have contact with children. You still can't have be around child safety zones. The only thing that the parole board did is withdraw the special condition notice. I mean, the special condition of electronic monitoring. Okay. You got my signature here and there. He's already been instructed that the only thing that was withdrawn was electronic monitoring. He's still required to attend group every Wednesday from 2 to 3. Every Wednesday, unless you get a text or email from Dr. Pierce.
Oh, she said she's not gonna be there next Wednesday. What do I do? She said there was 2 other options about group, but Wednesday she's not gonna be there for the 2 o'clock session.
What option did she give you?
There was one on Monday, and then I don't know if there was one on Wednesday, but it was supposed to be gone over in group, but she didn't do that.
Okay, there's one at 5:30 on Monday, but you're gonna be working, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So there's one on Saturdays at, I wanna say 10:30, 11:30?
Cool.
There's one in the morning.
Is it 1 in the morning?
11 to 30 to 12:30.
Yeah, I think it's 11:30 to 12:30.
Okay.
But we'll text you for sure the time, cause we have 2 or 3 guys that go there.
Okay.
That way, if she's not gonna be there,
And then Tuesday on the 27th of April, I have the one-on-one again.
well, with Pierce.
With Pierce,
Okay.
okay.
And that's what I mean, all those little things like that, it's not gonna hurt you to drop a text to Mr. Pace, cause he's your new officer,
Mr. Pace.
Jeff
Nice to
Pace.
meet you.
Okay? So that way there's no misunderstanding about, well, Mr. Alvarez told me this, and then Mr. Pace told me this, and then Mr. Moody, no.
Okay,
We're all
so-
in one accord here.
Right.
And
So
we're
when
all
something
and
changes,
you're all
I text
listening.
Mr. Pace.
Yes.
All right, fantastic.
Yes. Communicate with him. He'll give you
Okay.
his cell number. Now, and we won't discuss what you text me until my supervisor gets here.
Okay, cool.
Okay? Any other questions that
Not
you
at this
have
time.
for us?
Yeah, what's your cell phone number?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
a
cool,
card
alright.
for you, both.
So then we'll let you discuss whatever it is. Might be my boss.
Yeah,
Oh, your boss.
who's in here?
I don't know. See?
Let's go in here.
Let's go in there.
30 people, one spot.
Yep. Fair enough. Go ahead, right there. No matter what.
Mr. Pace, he needs to check your phone.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Is this the
the only one you
It's
have?
the only one I have.
All right.
Is that the one you text me a lot from?
Yes, yes,
I
sir.
expect the same kind of courtesy too, Mr. Pace.
All right.
What is that though, right here?
This is a body camera. I was recording the OIG. From here on out, that way I get instructions clear and I don't forget about them. I want them like recorded, that way I can hear them back. That way I know, like if he says something, and then that way I don't get it twisted or misunderstood. No, just, well, it's still recording now, but like if I'm given a special order or a special condition from parole, or I have a conversation and something is said, I want to make sure that I have it clear. That's okay. I don't want
Okay,
to.
and Miss Medina is gonna be in here too. She's our parole supervisor, so we can get all on the same page. Here, congratulations, you're off the monitor as of yesterday. So, Mr. Pace he's done monitor stuff and he does regular SO stuff, so it's, it's gonna, not much is gonna change as far as,
Yes, ma'am.
how things are done. But, I do have a concern. Why would you send Mr. Alvarez a personal text message like that?
Okay, so anytime I have a question or I have a concern, I go straight to my parole officer. And so I received the text, and it was guys under my phone number.
What do you mean guys under your phone number?
Well, it had my phone, it had two in front of my phone number, right? And it was against Mr. Moody over here, like he had sexual relations with my ex-spouse. I don't know anything, so I asked Mr. Alvarez, this man, all he had to do is tell me no, and I'll believe him.
The problem is I don't know where you're getting this information.
Okay.
I don't know where you're getting this information from. But number one, it's not appropriate to send him something stating he's doing something, okay? They're both parole officers. If you have an issue with something like that,
So next time I need to go directly to
you can
him.
call me
Or you.
and let me know what's going on, but we don't know who this person is that you're talking to, and that is ridiculous.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know why. I mean, if you want us to follow up on it, you need to get me more information than it's just somebody that's texting me.
Yes, ma'am. All right, well, I just, like I said, it was just a concern, and anytime I have a question or a concern, I just brought it to my parole officer. I won't do that
It's
if
a
that's.
concern, but I mean,
It's a
how
big
is
allegation,
it
yeah.
sounds like gossip to me. But
Okay.
I'm like, where, you're saying.
Well, then I apologize. I'm not trying to gossip against you or anything like that. It just, I
Well,
received the text
yeah,
message and it was
listen.
there. So I don't,
I mean, basically.
next time I'll just text you directly.
Look.
No, text you, okay,
Look,
I'm sorry.
no. These two are out of it. He's your officer now, okay? Mr. Pace is your officer. You don't need to be texting either one of these guys now.
All right, cool.
And whatever information you're getting from other people, I don't know where you're getting that information from. It's not reliable in my eyes right now. So unless you have something more than what you just sent, we don't need to talk about that anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you think this is legitimate and you wanna file a complaint, then we'll go that direction, but, you're not giving me much to go on here. Just some guy is texting you that you heard something.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's not even cool. Would you want somebody alleging that?
No,
you-
I wouldn't, but.
Okay, but I'm saying, what if I heard in the lunchroom today that you were hooking up with some girl somewhere? Am I supposed to believe that? So you
Parent,
got-
I'm
You
sorry,
see what I'm
but
saying?
we had a phone call come in Tarrant County, which placed me on the electronic monitor in the first place, and there was no evidence to back that up. It's just a phone call. Hey, man, this dude's over here. He's trying to contact me and my kids. I don't want nothing to do with them unless I have
Okay,
to.
so do you like having people, you're saying that's a false allegation
Yes,
against
ma'am.
you? You just made a false allegation against him.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. I didn't say that he did it. I was asking for verification. I didn't say. I just questioned.
Well,
His
How
question.
would you like me to verify that?
I don't know how y'all verify that. I don't.
Really?
I just have a
You
concern.
had OIG and I guess you could have mentioned it too.
That's TDC. So
Okay.
I'm sorry about the inconvenience on that.
I'm
There's
just
no
saying, you don't just make accusations like that unless you have something to back it up. If you have something to back it up, then we'll push the issue.
Yes, ma'am.
But to just challenge his reputation like that when we don't know who that is that sent that to you,
Okay.
so,
It's
you know.
understood. Yeah, it's understood.
okay.
Cause we have to do the same thing, because we supervise a lot of these guys in these groups and stuff.
Yes, sir.
And I know that y'all are not supposed to talk about it between each other about what's going on outside of that class.
Yes, sir.
But people make allegations at times or say something, and as professionals ourselves, we don't just take that and
Okay.
run with it. or anything like that. We just assume that it's hearsay and it's
Yes, sir. Okay.
really, nothing really backing it, because anything can be said by anyone at any time.
Okay, well, that wasn't my experience in Tarrant County, so.
Well, you're not in Tarrant County.
Thank you.
Let's move on.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, fantastic.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Was this someone in your group or is this someone you personally know?
I don't know directly. That's why I asked him, because I didn't know who it was.
Well, thing is.
Look, my spouse has a boyfriend, and I texted this to Mr. Alvarez as well with documentation. I can print it out if you need it. They've been hacking my email and my GPay account and my E-Trade account and my financial accounts, and they've been trying to siphon money. And I gave him the sheet video format. I can print it out and give it to you and to verify that this money was taken unauthorized and that there's been manipulation on my account. So if that's the evidence that you need, then I can give you that. The same people may be the same ones that did that. I'm not trying to make a false allegation against you. It's just a concern because I don't want any trouble with you.
Is his name in your phone?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you've been texting him,
No, ma'am. I've been texting Mr. Parole, Ernesto Alvarez.
but you text both of them throughout the month,
Used
couple
to,
months?
No, they
Now it's
directed me
straight
directly.
to me.
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is you still have his information in your
Yes,
phone.
ma'am.
So if somebody hacked your stuff, they could throw his name in there and do all that kind of crazy stuff.
That's
and
correct,
send it
because
to you.
my contact
Because you
information is.
said that text that came to you
Yes,
was
ma'am.
your own phone number.
That's right.
So that is a hack,
Okay.
okay? And they just pulled his name out of your phone, off your contacts. Because I get weight loss things
Mhm.
for somebody that I used to work with and I still have in my phone.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't need to, don't
Yes,
make
ma'am.
allegations. Like I said, if you have a question, you can contact me on stuff like that, but don't just,
Because I'm not gonna
doing
encourage
something
anything.
with your
Alright,
I'm gonna go
ex-wife
straight to
and-
them.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's,
I'm gonna go
I'm
straight
going
to-
straight to the authority. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to get,
So
all right.
we good?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Good?
Good?
Most
Okay, I
likely
just
it's
wanted
a
to make
phone
sure it
hack.
wasn't someone in this group, because they
Yeah,
get together
I
and
know.
start making up lies.
Right, and I'm new to this group, I'm new to this area, I'm not
No,
trying to,
I think
you know
it's
what I'm
more,
saying?
it's a phone hack.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
That's
probably
what it
is.
is.
All right.
But you,
So-
like, either way, you still gotta be aware of, who's telling you what. You
Uh-huh.
can't just assume that it's automatically correct, that what they're saying.
I understand
You know what I'm
that,
saying? Because these are other clients that manipulated people.
I understand that.
Go ahead and put your phone down so we can
All right.
get back to this.
Any questions from us before we all leave? Because now it's just you and Mr. Pace.
No, sir.
All right.
We good?
Have the-
We
All right,
good.
cool. 'Cause you know what I'm saying, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, just ask.
He already signed it. All right,
All right.
Will you stop by Medina's office, see if she wants to have a conversation or not?
all right.
Thanks.
Okay, so, you're currently employed?
Yes, sir. Do you need the tax numbers?
No. What I'm checking on is, do you have a schedule already for the coming week? Or where are you at on that?
Yes, sir, I turned it into Mr. Alvarez,
And it goes until when?
to, 2 weeks. I think I was supposed to report somewhere at the end of the month. But now that I'm not on the electronic monitor, I don't have a daily activity schedule unless you're putting me on one.
No, the reason why is because you will still have a curfew time. So I'll need documented, if you're needing to work during that time, I'm gonna need documentation that you would be working during that time.
Okay,
So he can revise your,
So I work at Taco Bell from 4 p.m.
I don't even know.
to 3. And the reason why it's 3 is because sometimes we're short and I have to help them close the store and we don't get out till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And like the first night I was there, it was a potential 3:30 in the morning, but my window closed at 1:30. Right,
Okay.
so no later than 4 a.m. And then if you would like, I can send you a text message at the time that I leave the store, and the time that I arrive at the house, or the time that I'm at the house, or the time that I'm leaving for work. In the morning time, I have SPL, which is a packing and shipping company. All I do is I receive packages in the mail, I take a photograph when I get them, then I open the package, take another photograph, lay the
Okay.
package out, take another photograph, and put the new shipping labels on, and take them to the post office, and photograph all the way there, right?
Okay, hold up.
Yes, ma'am.
No, let's finish with Miss Medina so she can get back to work and then y'all can finish.
So I just wanna briefly discuss the allegations, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not too sure how it occurred, I've heard your side of the story, okay? Before allegations like that are made, you need to be concrete, okay, because that affects people. You can't just go around sending that kind of stuff and making those kind of allegations, that's serious. If it's something serious, our office doesn't have a problem investigating anything. But running around saying that someone is doing something when they're not doing something, I take that serious. And when I
Okay.
find out that it's not true, it's a waste of my time.
I understand that, but I wasn't running around. As soon as I received that message, I sent it straight to my parole officer.
Okay, but you send it to him with the intent of what though?
I
Because
just-
the text message looks like it was sent a little confrontational in a way, right?
Well, I just
I mean,
asked
were
him to
you,
ba- I
were you
just-
literally asking him if he was sleeping around with your ex-wife?
I don't know that. No, I was
Because that's
asking,
the
I was
way
asking
when
for
the
the
text
verify.
was,
No,
when
ma'am.
the text was sent,
I was
when I read it, that's how I read it, like it was you alleging, like, hey, you know, I heard this about you.
I was just asking for verification of a past relationship. I wasn't saying that he was sleeping with the woman.
I don't think that that was appropriate whatsoever.
Well,
The
I
next time
apologize.
you have an issue like that, by all means, call the supervisor. If you can't get a hold of Ms. Heidi, you can contact me,
All right, I
okay?
apologize.
But sending stuff like that to your PO, I'm not gonna allow
And
that.
another
And
PO, he sent it to Alvarez.
No, I didn't send it
Okay.
to Alvarez. I just sent it, I just sent it to
So-
Alvarez.
sending that
It was-
communication and
it's-
asking those kind of questions to my officers, that's not gonna be tolerated. It's not necessary. If you have an issue like that and you feel like it's true and you want it to be addressed, like I said, take it up with management. That's what we're here for.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but sending it around to the parole officers, and again, it came off kind of confrontational.
It was just one parole officer.
That's fine. You sent it to a parole officer, and then the text message comes off confrontational. There's no reason for that when we can resolve it like
All right,
we
I-
are right now.
Okay, I apologize. I apologize.
Okay?
It won't happen
And
again.
also alleged another parole officer, so you sent an allegation to one parole officer about another parole officer.
Yeah, that's messy. Like I said, we don't have a problem addressing any of your concerns. We don't have a problem opening an investigation if that's what we feel like we need to do. But all this extra communication, I'm not gonna tolerate that. You have a problem like that, you come to me,
Yes, ma'am.
and you let me resolve that,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, the other thing is that body cam, is that active, do you have that active all the time?
Not all the time, no, ma'am. Only when I'm on official business.
And where are the videos for that?
They're on a card. It has a card with it, or it's on the
You're
other.
aware that's an electronic device that he can search,
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
so,
He's more than welcome to look at that anytime he wants.
okay. Okay,
All right.
alright.
Last but not least, I don't know if I was. So I run a studio, which we already had, I think a small issue over it. I don't have a card on me. I also have a tax number to go with it. All right, so, let me kind of like clarify, like, I'm under the gun, right, constantly. So like, if I make a mistake, the media will kill me, right? So it's not like I'm gonna be doing something I'm not supposed to. I'm trying to get tied in with Hollywood. And so, I cannot afford, for content to be questionable. That means you're not gonna see me around children unless I have a chaperone that's approved by treatment and by you, right? You're not gonna see me filming porn. You're not gonna see me filming people in weird places like a nude beach or in the shower or something like that. None of that's ever gonna happen because my computer is also tied online, so they can remotely tie in whenever they need to, right? So because of that, I mean, we should not have a problem with that, right? So there's no special condition that prevents me from filming, and I'm challenging the requirement of like there's no special conditions about filming, period, right? And so I've been running this studio before I got locked up. And I'm just getting back in the saddle of things and trying to continue on, right?
Mhm.
So the end goal is to receive a contract from like Universal Pictures or MGM Grand or Happy Madison, for instance, and work with these and collaborate and make film, right? So I don't have like, and so when I do interviews and things, some of the interviews are recorded, like the interview for Juliana 7 or Red 7 is online on the YouTube page. So you're more than welcome to look at that. You can see the backdrop of you know where I work at. There shouldn't be a problem there. So if you need something,
Is the Is that all strictly in your home or off-site?
It's off-site, most of it's off-site. Like the dash cam is in my car, and you're more than welcome to look at that, and it's running right now. So a lot of times when I park here, I'm gonna leave it running. Ever since my car was tampered with, the prior week when I go to treatment, it's always gonna be running, that way I can catch him opening my hood, right? That way I don't make no accusations, I can catch the fool opening the hood, right? So, so this protects me. And because of Calhoun and Fort Worth, this protects me now. So now I can't be said that I'm not where I'm supposed to be at, and I can't be said that I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing on official business. Because I was on, like I said, I was on the daily activity schedule, so it was real strict. So you're telling me that I went
Okay.
from.
So let me tell you where I'm coming from, and then you may not, we may be on the same page. This is like a new start for you with being back to this, you know, not on the monitor anymore. But if you focus on just being accountable and transparent about what's going on, I'm gonna work with you on things. The main thing is that I can, at random times, get in touch with you or be able to verify your location if the need be. It's gonna come up at random times. So if you're doing the things that allow you to be reached or verified your location, I don't even have to be bothering your activity if I'm able to
Like if you
verify that thing.
If you send me a text message and say, hey, text me a photograph or your GPS location from Google Maps of where you're at, I can do that, right? And you know Google Maps is slightly off, but it's not too far off. So if I send you a photograph, what?
And here's what will help that. If you're proactive about some of those things, like if you're gonna be spending time in a particular place, then you let me know ahead of time that this is where I'm going to be.
Okay.
Then I'll be able to, at random times, check it. And a lot of times, the trust is built up based on,
Yes, sir.
over time, I'm seeing that you're where you say you are.
And every travel log is documented on the YouTube page,
Right.
On the second YouTube.
And I'd rather be able to verify things with you in real time.
Cool.
And where we don't have to go and backtrack and
Yeah, I
check all this
understand
stuff
that.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
If you just put some things in place where I can verify your location, and like I said, I try not to be involved that much with what you got going on as much
Do
as
you want me to,
possible.
okay, so like, let's say.
So here, I'll give you some examples. That's why the work schedule is important, so that I know when you're scheduled to go to work. If I get a schedule from you for 2 weeks out, let's say something changes on that schedule. Let's say, for instance, oh, well, they decided that you didn't need to come in that day. Something that's out of what the information I have.
Okay.
Then that would be a good reason to go ahead and send me a text.
Okay.
You know, hey, Mr. Pace, I was scheduled today, but I'm not gonna be going in to work as scheduled.
Okay.
You know, something like that. And I may not respond, but I read all my texts at all times because I have 40 other guys that are doing things too. So I'm usually just looking through there, and it helps me plan my day. It helps me to be able to, when it's time to locate somebody, to do that more efficiently.
Yes, sir.
Because you've been communicating with me.
Yes, sir.
And it's not so that I'm always in your business all the time, but if you're just doing that, almost treat it like a diary setup where you, hey,
Yes, sir.
you know, you're just sending me that information so that I'm aware of what's going on in your life, then I can work with it, okay? So, employment schedule is very important. If, being that you live out in Limestone County, another good reason would be like if you're coming into Waco for necessities of some sort besides group, because I know when you're normally scheduled for group. Unless, of course, like you were talking about before, if something's changing and you're going to a different day, that would be a good reason to go ahead and text me that information.
Okay, so do you,
You know, something that would change from what I would normally have information about in your schedule.
He said, do you still want me to try to attend that group on Saturday at 11:30 to 12 p.m., 12:30 p.m.?
He said he was going to
Can text it?
He said he was going to get
Okay,
you
well,
the
I'm
time.
reporting to you now, so I don't,
But-
okay.
I mean, find out, let's see, it's next week that she wasn't gonna be there?
Yeah, this next Wednesday.
You already went today?
Yes, I went today.
Okay. So, in the meantime, you can find out what your options are. I'm not gonna tell you which one to go to. Whichever one works with you.
No, I'm
So
scheduled for
if
Wednesday.
you'd rather
so-
go to a Monday one next week in lieu of Wednesday, or go to the Saturday one in lieu of Wednesday for that 1 week, go ahead and find out which one from them,
Okay.
which one that you could attend, and just let me know.
Okay.
I'm gonna be attending Monday or Saturday this next week because they're not having group on Wednesday.
Okay, so I need to like figure that out before I leave today. The only.
You still have 2 more days to find out. I mean. you
Yeah,
probably
but I
can
was
reach
already
them tomorrow.
given direct order to not contact them, but to contact you just a second ago. I don't want any
Yeah.
trouble. Okay, so, the
Just
only.
give me notice, don't do it as you're walking out the door.
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Okay,
like,
so, to give you a little bit more of an idea, sometimes, like, if this would be permissible, like, today is Wednesday, and I'm off work today, right? But, they're always short, or they always need help at the end and closing. So I might check in at work, to see if I can get employment for that day. It helps build hours, it helps
you have
my
to do
bottom
that-
line.
You have to do that in person?
Yeah, I have to do that in person. Well, I can call on the phone. I didn't think about it. But it's better for me to come in person. It's harder to turn somebody else away when they're face to face versus.
Well,
on
that's
phone.
manipulation though.
Yeah, it is. But it's just it's.
I would suggest,
So you want me to call first? All right.
not just be wandering around.
All right.
out.
So what I'll do is
Because I want, if for some reason, let's say you work that evening cleaning up. You're on your way home, you get pulled over by Mahia PD. They call me up, say, hey, last night, they pulled Mr. Burleson over. I want to be able to verify that you worked that night.
okay, I can.
Not that you
I
went
can
out,
do that.
hey,
I can do
maybe I'm
that.
working, maybe I'm not.
Yeah, I can do that after the fact.
That, because if I don't have something to back it up, then that's gonna be an issue.
Okay, I'll tell you what I do. Alright, so I get these printouts of the hours that I work for the day. So like when I clock in, it logs in, and when I clock out, it prints me out a receipt of how many hours I work for that day. And every day that I work, I can send you a copy of that via text, every time I get off, so you know how many hours I work, by the clock. Sometimes I sit in the parking lot because.
I'm just saying, make sure that everything's in line, because by you just going out, seeing if they're gonna have you work or not, that maybe yeah, maybe not. That's not a good enough reason for being out.
Okay,
The only reason you'd be authorized to be outside of this curfew is for regularly scheduled work. It doesn't mean you can go to the grocery store, it doesn't mean you can go to Walmart. Those things are meant to be done during the time frame where you're open through the day. Okay? Not anything after 6 in the evening till 7 in the morning. The only thing that you should be out for is
work.
scheduled work that
Okay.
you're actually working, or if you had a medical emergency or something where you had to go to the hospital or something like that.
Yes, sir. I can work around that.
Going out for a car wash, no.
I don't think.
Going out to get gas for the next morning, no. You have plenty of time during the day to take care of your daily needs and the like. If you're gonna be out past this time, it's gotta be documented by work,
Okay.
okay? And so, I'm not gonna always check up on you, but I am gonna check that at times that if you're away from the house, I'm either gonna lay eyes on you at work or get verification that you're employed or working that day,
Yes, sir.
when I do those random checks.
Okay, so I'll do that. All right, so just between 6 and 7. So there's no need to text you going to work. There'll be only a need to text
As long as
you.
you've gotten me that schedule. The only reason why you're gonna be texting me is if you're going into work outside of what's on that schedule.
Okay, cool.
And that way I can verify that you were employed.
All right.
And that's what you were.
So can I submit the work schedule? So my work schedule,
Handwritten schedule's not gonna
Not
do
gonna
it,
work?
I'm gonna have to get it from your employment.
okay,
So
I'll see if
do
I can
you-
get one.
That, the one that you sent to Mr. Alvarez? is-
We didn't get that, I don't know if we got that one done yet or not, cause he didn't have me on the schedule when when Mr. Alvarez wanted me to get it.
When are you due to work next time?
I work, Friday.
Friday?
Yes, sir.
And is it on that, that schedule?
It should be
Friday to,
this Friday.
4 in the evening till 3 AM?
Yeah, between 3 and 3:30. And I'll text you when I leave, cause there's many days we leave about 1:15, but there are some days that I leave late.
When's the schedule ready? Is it already ready now?
The schedule at the facility should be ready, yeah, that's right. And I'm scheduled to 1 because of the monitor, but now that the monitor is no longer a parent, he'll probably let me hang on till he leaves. Because according to corporate policy, a manager's not supposed to be left alone in the store. There's always supposed to be 2 people at night when they lock the doors, right? So, because of that, I went ahead and volunteered to be one of the people that close all the time, because I prefer that kind of shift anyway. I'm already up those hours, and then, when I come home, I can take care of other ancillary business.
And you know that, and because you're gonna be taking polygraphs,
Yes,
you
sir.
know good and well that once you
Yeah,
are
and I-
working, if you go outside that scope of employment
Yeah.
with someone that's underage,
Yeah, I understand that.
because you'll probably get asked that question.
Yeah, I understand that.
So make sure you
Uh,
never go beyond that scope of employment, like, hey,
Is there a way I can get that scheduled? Mr. Alvarez was trying to, get that scheduled,
well,
as soon as possible, but I don't know when soon as possible is.
I'll take care of it when it's time.
Okay, so,
I'll let you know.
cool. Alright,
So
so,
just remember, because if your actions now may be tested later,
yes, sir.
and so just keep that in mind. With you working those strange hours like that,
Right.
don't go outside that scope.
No,
of
it's
that
regular,
employment.
it's regular, okay, so.
I'm not saying that you.
Yeah, I got you. I'll do that, I'll
I'm
do that as
telling
a
you
courtesy.
now,
I'll do
don't
that.
go outside that scope,
got
because
you.
it can screw you up majorly, because you can start failing polygraphs. If you start failing polygraphs, they won't keep you in a group,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, I'll leave that courtesy, like when I leave work, I'll send you a text saying I'm leaving work, cause it's within 6 PM to 7 AM, and then I'll text you when I get home. That way you know how long it takes, it's better to text you. If I get pulled over, I'll text you that I got pulled over, I should be able to just pull up, they'll come and ask me.
But just don't leave things to chance, that's what I'm really getting at.
Yeah, make sure I'm strict, more or less.
Yeah, because if you leave things to chance, for some reason, on this caseload, so much stuff just comes out that was totally unexpected that was gonna happen, but it happened.
Yes, sir.
And the truth got out about what was really going on.
Yes, sir.
So if you're holding to the things that you need to be holding to, you'll do fine. If you're communicating with me and I'm not going by your place and I can't get a hold of you and you didn't leave me a text or something about your location
Yes, sir.
that day, if you were away from the house, so that I can, because if I can't get you by phone, my next default is, well, this is where he told me he was gonna be, so I'm gonna go ahead and drive by there and see if he's there. Maybe he didn't hear the phone or something like that, but I'll go there to give you all benefit of doubt, to make sure that I can locate where you're at,
Thank you, I appreciate that.
okay? But you have to do it on your part. If you start slipping on
No, I got
these things.
you, I got you. That's
you
why,
start
that's why I
slipping
have,
on these
that's why I have
things,
all the different, you know what I'm saying? I have the
Right.
extra documentation, that way I can help verify that way they're good.
Right.
Right, so if there's like a place I don't know and it's kinda questionable, you best believe I'm gonna have that running. I don't wanna be somewhere where I'm out of pocket and then all of a sudden, you know, something come up and then now you're investigating, I say, hey, Mr. You go by Neil, Officer
Oh, Pace.
Pace, I'm sorry. Mr. Pace, I have my video log of where I went to yesterday, I texted you, et cetera, and, this is the link to that video. It shows me, it shows what time I left, the time where we went, and how we got there, and how, and hopefully how we got back, because sometimes I run out of space, right? But I'm trying to get it bigger so I can, the data chip's bigger, that way I can record the entire session there and the entire session back, that way you can problem.
And here's another thing that, as a resource I can help you with. At times, when you're going places, and let's say, probably Waco's gonna be the better example, I don't know how familiar you are with Waco.
Not
Did
since
you
they
live here?
changed everything.
Okay.
It's been 15 years since I've been in there.
So if there's somewhere that you need to go in Waco, and you're not sure whether it's in a clear zone or not, I would suggest that you maybe ask about those locations before you just go off, because you have routes. And if it's not something that's considered a necessity, so to speak, then you potentially could be in violation because you're not taking a proper route to that location.
Okay,
And
so,
those things are gonna include, you know, just visiting with somebody, hey, talking to someone about a potential job is not even considered a necessity. It's things that are, you know, for daily life.
alright,
So let me give you the common examples that I come across, so that, and then if you have questions, you can ask them. Let's say, for instance, there's a low-cost, tool store, Harbor Freight here in Waco.
okay,
Okay. Harbor Freight is considered to be, it has, like about 4 child safety zones all around that place, that whole shopping center that it's in. There's other alternatives to that
then
particular
Harbor
place.
Freight, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So somewhere like that, you think, oh, well, I got a flyer from Harbor Freight, I'm just gonna go jet over there. Well, you got a restaurant that's got like a little playground on it, there's a daycare right next to the shopping center. You got Kittyland Park across the way, and there's a school even somewhat nearby there. So, in something like that, you could be in violation about it. So, if there's places that maybe you haven't been going to that are new, you're more than welcome to text, hey, I was thinking about going to these places. Hey, is it a
Are they
clear
clear?
route? Or
Yeah.
we talk about routes. I'll tell you the common or the easiest routes to get around
Okay.
some of the places in Waco.
Okay,
So I'm a resource for that. So
Alright.
if you're thinking about something and you're not sure, go ahead and ask me. I'll give you a quick answer on something like that.
okay,
Or a place that, where you won't even be in violation, that can meet your needs on something.
yes, sir.
You know,
Okay.
Cause there may be multiple choices. There's like, Walmart's got 4 places here in Waco, but one of them is like surrounded in child safety zones. So we urge people not to go to that one, because you technically can be in violation by, if you spend too much time in one little spot
Okay,
that's
so,
away from the store.
alright, so if I'll ask you for clearance to go to certain places, I don't travel.
And once that, we've talked about that, then you can repeat that.
Yeah,
It's not, you're gonna have to ask every time, but if you're unsure, or you wanna make sure,
well, I'm gonna do the initial, can I go to like Home Depot,
Yeah.
to pick up this, and this is the time that I'm gonna be there.
and actually, I saw one on, the one Home Depot that is a clear zone is the one in Belmead.
You wanna build these? I didn't know Home Depot wasn't building these.
There is one up there, it's right off of the interstate.
Alright, cool, I can do that. But I don't go very often, so like when I do decide to need to travel, wanna travel to Waco, I'll let you know. We have litigation in Tarrant County and Dallas County,
Mhm.
so like I have to go to court if it's not on Zoom. I don't know when the trial is going to happen, but I'll let you know as soon as I get that notification.
And get documentation of if you're required to go.
Okay, yeah, I print it out, and then I guess
Give
when
me
I.
official documentation that if you've been called to court on such and such a date, give me something official so that I can.
Yeah, like I have a conference on the 30th of April, but I think it's a Zoom, so I didn't really bother about it. But if I have to go up there for like trial or something, then, I'll let you know. Let me think, there's nothing else except for church, because my mom wants me to go, Sunday in the morning time, but that's between the curfew hours. So, I gave Mr. Alvarez the address, and it's on the other daily schedule. And the schedule that I did turn in is the same for next week, so it's gonna say till 1 a.m. until after next week. After next week, when the new pay period starts, then it'll change to 3 o'clock. So you don't have to worry about me being gone longer than, I'll be home by 2 o'clock in the morning for sure. Now that I'm off the morning, that gives me a little bit of leeway to stay and work. Like, all my check stubs, or my work hour stubs, I get them in receipts. So I'll always text you those when I can, either in a group or a bunch if you need them.
Right.
Or if you wanna verify where I was at. Cause that's just about as official as I can get on that. Plus, you know, plus my manager, Brian or Devin, you know, so that way you can confirm or clarify that I'm at work. I'm a workaholic. Like I said, I don't have time to be BSing around in various places. I mean, I have a job. I'm technically on the clock right now. But all my job really is, I work from home. And the idea was to start loading up jobs working from home. And right now, I receive those packages when they come in. I get a text. In fact, I can show you my dashboard right here. This is my control dashboard that tells me when I get. This tells me when I get packages, when they're coming in, what time they're arriving apparently, and then if I have questions to email the monitor or text the monitor, right? So I just log in like so. It takes it a second, and then I have a dashboard. It's going to show you my salary rate that I'm getting paid per month, the bonuses that I've earned. I know you can't really see this. I don't know if you want to.
Well, what's your,
So this is my day job.
Okay.
So this job starts from 6 in the morning till I go to work at 4 o'clock in the evening time. It's salary based.
but you're at home when you do it.
I'm at home when I'm doing it.
Except when you go to the post office.
Except when I go to the post
And the
office.
is there a post office
There's a
in
U.S.
Coolidge?
Post Office in Coolidge. There's a FedEx in Mahia drop off in Mahia at Flats. Flats is a printing. They print the Mahia Daily News or Mahia newspaper, and they also sell a bunch of printing supplies, paper, and things of that sort. The only time that I have planned going to the FedEx office over here on Valley Mills or the UPS office is downtown, more or less on 4th Street or something like that, is on Wednesdays. Like, if for whatever reason there's a rush delivery, I'm gonna text you before I go that I'm headed to these places, because I think they're in clear zones. That one's downtown by the police station, and the FedEx is on Valley Mills. And I'm only gonna be there for 5 or 10 minutes. I just gotta go in, turn the package in, let them scan it, and then I'm gone. Take the receipt and run off. So hopefully that won't be a problem. And you can see my salary right here. I don't know if that's documentation, if you want me to print this out and send it to you the next time I see you, or come up here for when I come up here for the next parole visit or whatever. And then also, I get bonuses for every package that I process. So I make $2,200 base salary plus $40 per package. So I can make up to $3,600 a month, right? So then on Taco Bell, I make $10 an hour. I'm currently making 45 hours. With the addition to 3 o'clock closing with the managers all the time, they'll add it on an extra 20 hours on that paycheck. So I'm pushing about 50, 55 hours there. Right, so I have that job, this job, the studio job, and then I'm trying to become a licensed life insurance agent, and I have the dashboard for that too. I can print out for you as well. But that requires me to take a licensing exam with the state, and that costs a little bit of money. So I'm waiting for my paycheck to come in to consider that.
Also, so the big things right now are gonna be your work schedule. That'd be the first thing you can work on, getting the official schedule.
Okay, if you want, I'll drive by and I'll get it and I'll text it to you on the way home. I have to make a detour to my hair from Waco. I need to pick up fuel.
As long as you're able to get back, let's see,
Like, where were they sitting at?
you're able to get back home by 6.
But yeah, I don't have time for that then.
Tomorrow can.
Tomorrow I'll do that.
And then I'm gonna give you our next official report date. And I actually, if you're in compliance with things, it'll be in Limestone County Courthouse in Grosse Bay.
Okay, cool. So I'm reporting back to the Limestone County. Cool.
This is a tentative date because I always have to check with them a couple of days ahead of time to make sure that I got room, or the room there in the courthouse to use.
The old probation
If
parole
I need,
office?
it's actually on the bottom floor. There's a large meeting room down on the bottom floor of the courthouse.
Yes, sir. I do have litigation there, so that's cool. Limestone County Courthouse.
I wanna put like 2:15, does that work?
2:15 is fine. On what day? Thursday, Wednesday, or Thursday?
It'll be on a Friday.
Oh,
And it's gonna be May 7th.
okay, cool.
just have to pay stubs, your fees and all that when you come in. If there's any changes, I will let you know.
Yes, sir. And, you want me to wait on the, since I still have 2 days for the group, well, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, about,
Yeah, just what, find out which ones that they can accept you into.
okay.
And then, like I said, if it meets with what you got going on, I'll let you pick which one, just let me know ahead of time.
It'll be on a weekend preferably.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm already in the area, then, if I'm in the area for like group on a day that's not Wednesday, I don't know if you'll give me consideration for the add-on of FedEx and UPS just in case. That's for the Wednesday paragraph on the daily activity schedule, you can pretty much run by that.
Okay, so this is my state cell phone number. If I'm out and about, I will answer that,
Okay.
and I can always accept text, but the key is, I don't have voicemail on this phone,
Yes, sir.
but I do accept text on this phone. If you wanna leave me a specific voicemail, this phone number you can reach any time of day, Monday through Friday, or not even Monday through Friday, all weekend long. Cause even if you get the after hours message, if you get 229, it'll put you through to my voicemail.
Okay.
And I will usually check my voicemail before I go out and about too, so if there's something you need to leave me a voice message, do it here at the office at that extension. Otherwise, I will follow up on text. Or if I'm out and about, then I'm gonna have this phone number with me, if I'm on duty. So that's for you. So I'm gonna have you initial this. This is just saying, I will not leave county of residence without parole officer approval. If granted approval, I'll be allowed to travel to McLean County. Okay, which you have reasons to be over here, so really it's Limestone and McLean.
Just so long as I'm in the house before 6 p.m.
Yeah, unless you have scheduled work.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't wanna travel over here to work, it costs.
And even if you not necessarily have to be in your residence, at your residence.
Thank you.
I know where I can find you at these hours, cause if
Cool.
you're busy during the day,
Yeah,
I need a time when I can come by without
so like this,
letting you know.
this is like the blueprint of the house, it's a rectangle.
Yeah.
It's a garage, a carport, and the house. So if I'm not here, I'm over here. Me and my mom, it's a really, really small house, and to give her space or whatever, I try to.
Do you have neighbors that have kids or anything?
My neighbor does, but I don't associate with them.
So if the kids are outside, I wouldn't suggest being
Oh,
outside.
no, I'm not outside with the kids, no, I'm not
Okay.
worried about that.
Alright.
And most of the time, I don't like staying outside anyway.
Alright.
I don't like that.
And this just says I will abide by travel routes. I will not deviate from the route or stop at any unapproved locations. Okay? But if you're doing necessity things, we're not gonna worry about the route. We're gonna worry about the route when you're doing non-necessities and non-work.
Okay, alright, so,
So sign down here and you can, let's see. Yeah, you can have that one. And this gives you the report date of May 7th, 2:15 at the Limestone County Courthouse on the bottom floor.
I'll be there.
Okay? So, schedule, that's be the first text I'd probably get from you is what your schedule is gonna be, and, you know, if you can get a picture of your name and what you're scheduled to work for over those days.
I'll go there to, I don't, it's,
Or if they let you make a copy, whatever they, you know, something that's official from the,
yeah, I'll
from
do
the
it
source.
tomorrow.
what
If I
your
don't do it
schedule
tomorrow, I'll
is.
do it Friday, depending on how much gas is this,
And then, the next thing I should get a text from you about is about the which class you're gonna do
yeah, but,
instead of Wednesday.
okay, so on that note, Mr. Alvarez stated that he was going to find out what available times. If you want, I can try to stop by the office on my way back down Waco Drive, since it's like 1 block away or 2 blocks away.
Use the phone, you see what,
Okay.
save you some gas and travel and stuff like that.
their voicemail on too, so if he doesn't answer.
You reached the office after
You can leave a message,
You want me to leave a message?
and say, hey, I'm seeing what looks like it goes.
right now, so please leave your name, number, and brief message, and we'll return your call as soon as possible. Our normal business hours are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and also by special appointment. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911 or go to your nearest emergency room.
Wait a moment.
Dr. Deer's office.
Hi, this is Samuel Burleson. Apparently next Wednesday, she's not gonna have group at 2 p.m. Is there another, alternative? There was talked about like before group, but it wasn't talked during group.
Well, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out about the groups first. Because we want to have it at the same time. As soon as we hear about the groups, I'll give you a call.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, so it'll be a call.
All right.
All right.
And I'll be in touch with you, stopping by or calling you up or, you know,
All right.
just communicate.
Yeah, I only
Well,
have.
it'd be a few days and I hadn't seen nothing come across and I don't know what's going on with you.
Yeah, I got you. I'll try to stay pretty much confident. I have one stop on the way, that's at the HEB gas station, on the way out the door. I think that's clear because he's given me permission several times, and then I'm on my way home because I'm
Right.
it's 6 o'clock.
All right, I'll be in touch.
All right, thank you.